Why do construction projects fail? This is my jam. If you don't know why construction projects fail, then statistically, they're gonna. And so you really need to know this information. This is probably one of the most important videos you will ever watch. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you the signs of a project in trouble and why projects go wrong and what you can do about it. And you're going to get the coolest links in the description below. I mean, I'm telling you, if you dig into this one, you are going to be a Jedi Knight when it comes to preventing projects from going wrong. Stay with us. All right, so let me tell you something. Projects go wrong. Statistically, if you don't follow the advice in this video, your project will go wrong. It's not a, they might go wrong, or hey, I hope for the best. No, it will go wrong. So you need this video, okay? And so I'm going to take you through what you need to know and provide that resource information. So let's start with signs of a project in trouble. And I'll go quickly now, so stay with me. Number one, there's no flow to the work. Number two, there is a lack of cleanliness on the project. Number three, there is a poor safety culture on the job. Number four, the project is unorganized. Number five, people are out of roles. You've got supers doing field engineers work, project managers doing supers work, and everyone is not where they're supposed to be. Six, you've got high turnover. People don't want to be there, and they keep quitting and leaving. Seven, the project team is dysfunctional, and they're really not a team. Eight, if you see that the needed energy to accomplish the project is more than what the team has to give, that is a sign of a project in trouble. Nine, poor morale anywhere on the job. 10, bad bathrooms with graffiti. And I do want to say one more time, graffiti is not the norm. Graffiti is a sign that the workers hate management. 11, communication is a problem, meaning communication systems don't work on the project. 12, there are cancerous people on the team that haven't been removed or disciplined. Number 13, the team does not see and remove roadblocks ahead of time. They just react to them when they happen. 14, there are failing procurement systems on the job. 15, there's not an active way to control commissioning. 16, there's no risk and opportunity register and it's not used on a weekly basis. 17, office communication like R5s, submittals, and the like are chronically late. 18, there's low energy and drive. 19, there are bad meetings on the project. 20, more than one trade is not performing. 21, there's an unreasonable owner's representative. And 22, your gut tells you so, which is a big one. So these are signs of a project in trouble. And if you see them, this means your project is in trouble. It's not a might be, right? If you see somebody laying on the ground and you go over and check their pulse and you don't feel a pulse, they're in trouble. You're going to call 911, right? So if you see any of these, you're not feeling a pulse, call 911. But why do they go wrong? Like I just gave you the signs, but why do they go wrong? We have to understand that. So let's go through it right now. But first, let's talk about how YouTube channels go wrong. YouTube channels go wrong when we don't get feedback for what you want and we don't get those likes and those subscribes, and then the YouTube channel starts to fade. But we want this great content to get out to the masses. So please like and subscribe. If you like any of this content, it helps the YouTube algorithm and we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to tell you this quote for like the 500th time. Projects never go wrong, they start wrong. And that is a fact. Think about it, and I promise you, you'll agree with me. So here are some of the ways that they'll start wrong. Number one, first, they go wrong when we don't plan them. And so again, if the project duration represents 2/3 of an overall duration, 1/3 of that overall duration should be spent in planning with the builders, doing planning the right way with a really, really good risk assessment and fresh eyes meeting with multiple iterations of the plan so that we know how to execute and we've won before we leave pre-construction. Second, projects go wrong when we use faulty systems. So your project will have a high statistical likelihood if you only use CPM and you do not pair it with TACT. You have to use TACT planning as a part of your system. If you don't use the last planner system, and if you don't implement lean methodologies. Additionally, projects are likely to fail when you only use design bid build contracts and you fail to use CM at risk, design build, and IPD contracting methods. Our contracts in construction are designed to pit each other against each other so that people do not partner and execute projects properly. So we have to have the right contract delivery method, we have to have the right contracts, the right lean systems, and we have to do what we know produces the results every time, every project. Third, projects go wrong when we do not have the trained staff to run them. And I will tell you, that is common in our industry today. The industry is not training people, the contractors are not training people, the trade partners are not training people, and no one else is doing it, and the universities aren't doing it, so nobody has training. And the old timers, as soon as they were told not to yell at people, they also stopped talking to people and training people, so we have a really, really big problem. We need to double, triple, quadruple the amount of training according to the right systems, and we have to have people that know what they're doing, have the experience, and teams with experience with each other. Fourth, projects go wrong when owners push ignorant philosophies, and I'll give you a couple of them. The first is called the need for speed. Owners think, oh, if I rush everybody, and if we really, really go fast, and if we start before we're ready, we will do well. That actually is a recipe for disaster. Don't do it. It never works. The second is called the pushing fallacy, where owners think and owners' representatives think if they push the contractor, push, and create an environment of stress and pressure, that the contractors will do well. That's actually another recipe for disaster. Do not do it. Pushing does nothing good for a project. It panics people, we lose productivity, and it spirals out of control. The third one is the commitment fallacy, meaning, hey, I'll get a contractor on board, the design's not finished, but let's get them to start, and then they have to finish. That always produces bad results because then it's not planned properly, and you're always over budget and over time. So don't overcommit. Follow Frank Gehry's advice. Do not start the project until you are sure you can build it for the owner's budget. 4, strategic misrepresentation. That's where owners and designers will say, oh, those changes aren't that big of a deal. You can adjust on the fly. And they underestimate the impact that variation has. And so that's called strategic misrepresentation. If you hear any of those things from your owner, run to the hills because that is a surefire recipe to tank your job. Also, if you hear owners say, rush, push, get more crews, throw money at it, bring all the materials, why is nobody working in that zone, work overtime, work weekends, that again is a recipe for disaster. If you want to know why, contact me in the comments below. I'll give you additional resource information. 5th, projects go wrong when the builders do not have experience with that type of building and when the teams don't have experience with each other. 6, when the project team does not win over the workforce and win them over to the cause, when the project team manages the labor force, which pisses them off, the project will spiral out of control. Number 7, when the project is not planned with Legos. This is what I mean. Even if you have a complex architectural design, we need to find the repeatable component parts, prefabricate them, get used to them, and standardize them throughout the building. Find your Legos. There has to be something in the building that can be perfected and repeated. Project teams do not do well when everything is brand new. And 8th, when the project is not planned with 2 considerations. 1, the risks that are common with that project and specific to that project, and 2, when we don't anchor properly. Meaning if you're going to go build a nuclear power plant and you don't go look at previous nuclear power plants and see how long it took them to build it and the overruns and the budget overruns and compare those and adjust your budget and your schedule, you will have problems. So every project will go wrong when you don't identify the risks and mitigate them and when you don't anchor it properly. And so what can you do? You can start planning projects. You can start using the right systems, and you can train your people. It sounds simple, but that is the exact formula. And so I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to link you to a book called How Big Things Get Done, one of the best books that has ever been written. Everybody in construction should read it. And a custom-built presentation that we have put together for you so that you can go through these concepts and communicate these concepts to your team. I hope you really internalize why projects go wrong and that you take my advice on how to prevent them from going wrong in the future. I hope you've loved this video. Good luck. On we go.